The movie opens in the year 2049. Earth has changed. After decades of environmental collapse, human civilization depends heavily on artificial beings known as replicants, bioengineered humans created to serve and obey. The older models were unstable and rebellious, but the new generation, called Nexus 9 replicants, are more advanced, loyal, and strictly controlled. Our protagonist is K, a Nexus 9 replicant. He works as a blade runner for the LAPD, hunting and retiring rogue replicants from older generations. K is cold, efficient, and emotionally detached, just as he was designed to be. The story begins when K is sent on a mission outside the city to retire an old model replicant living in hiding. His target is Sapper Morton, a former combat medic who now works as a protein farmer. As K arrives at Morton's farm, tension builds. The conversation is brief, and a brutal fight erupts. Eventually, K overpowers and kills Morton. After the mission, K scans the area and notices a dead tree, which seems strange in the otherwise dead landscape. Underneath it, he finds a mysterious buried box. He reports the discovery, and the box is taken to LAPD headquarters for analysis. At HQ, the forensics team examines the box and finds human remains inside, a skeleton. But this isn't just any body. When they scan the bones, they discover a serial number embedded in the pelvis. This was not a human, but a female replicant. What's more shocking is the evidence of a C-section. This replicant died giving birth. This revelation is world-shattering. Replicants weren't supposed to be able to reproduce. If they can procreate, it would mean the birth of a new kind of life form, one that could evolve on its own, independent of human control. LAPD Lieutenant Joshi, K's superior, immediately orders K to destroy all evidence and find the child before word gets out. She fears that if the world finds out replicants can reproduce, society could collapse into chaos. K follows the clues. He visits the old Tyrell Corporation records to trace the replicant woman's identity. He discovers that she was Rachel, a Nexus 7 prototype with unique qualities. The records confirm that only one Rachel was ever made, and she had a relationship with Rick Deckard, the Blade Runner from the first movie. Deckard disappeared decades ago, and no one has seen him since. While K is unraveling this mystery, we're introduced to Nyander Wallace, the new head of the Wallace Corporation, the company that replaced Tyrell and now produces replicants. Wallace is obsessed with progress. His replicants have colonized off-world planets, but they cannot reproduce. He believes that unlocking replicant reproduction is the key to creating an endless supply of labor and expanding across the stars. Wallace's most trusted enforcer is Love, a deadly and emotionless Nexus 9. Once she learns about the child, she begins her own search, eliminating anyone who might stand in her way. Meanwhile, K starts to question his own origins. During a routine baseline test, a psychological check to ensure emotional stability, he begins to falter. His thoughts are consumed by the mystery of the child, and his performance in the test begins to slip. K's investigation leads him to a DNA archive, where he compares the child's DNA to all known records. Surprisingly, the records indicate identical twins, a boy and a girl born on the same date. But K finds something strange. The girl's record was deleted, while the boy's is intact. The deeper he digs, the more he starts to believe that he himself might be the missing child. K starts remembering childhood memories, specifically a scene with a small wooden horse he once hid as a child. He always believed those memories were artificial, implanted as part of his programming. But driven by instinct, he returns to an orphanage from those memories. To his shock, he finds the exact same wooden horse hidden in the ashes, proving that the memory was real. This discovery shakes K to his core. Could he truly be the born child of a replicant? Could he be the first of a new kind, born, not built? As his sense of identity crumbles, K visits Dr. Anna Stelline, a memory designer who creates realistic memories for replicants. He shows her the memory of the wooden horse, and she confirms the memory is real. She begins to cry, though she doesn't say why. Meanwhile, Love continues her violent search. She retrieves the replicant woman's remains from LAPD and murders Joshi, who had tried to hide K's discoveries. K returns to Joshi's office only to find her dead and realizes he's now a target too. At this point, K is consumed by the belief that he is the child. He returns to his apartment to find his holographic companion Joy waiting for him. Joy is an advanced AI projection designed to act as a loving partner. She has always treated K like a real person, calling him Joe. giving him comfort and emotional validation. Joy urges Kay to find out the truth and tells him to break free of the system. In a deeply emotional gesture, she transfers herself into a portable projector so she can follow him anywhere, even if it means death. For Kay, this marks a turning point. He's no longer following orders, he's searching for his own truth. The trail leads him to the ruins of Las Vegas, a radioactive wasteland. There, in a long-abandoned casino, he finds the man he's been looking for, Rick Deckard. Deckard is older, grizzled, and living in solitude with only a dog for company. At first, he's hostile, but after a tense confrontation, he begins to talk. He tells Kay about Rachel and how they fled after she became pregnant. Fearing for the child's safety, they gave the baby away and went into hiding. Deckard never knew what happened to the child. He didn't want to know to keep it safe. Before Kay can process everything, Love attacks. In a devastating ambush, she kidnaps Deckard and leaves Kay for dead. Joy is destroyed in the chaos, crushed underfoot by Love's drone. Kay is left broken, alone, and on the verge of death. But he's found and rescued by a secret replicant resistance group, survivors who have been hiding underground. Their leader reveals a shocking truth. Kay is not the child. The real child is Anna Stelline, the memory designer. She was born from Rachel and Deckard. To protect her, her identity was hidden and fake records were created. The memory that Kay believed was his, it was hers, implanted into Kay to obscure the truth. Kay is devastated. Everything he believed about himself, his purpose, his uniqueness, was a lie. Kay is left shattered. Everything he thought he was, everything he believed, turns out to be a fabrication. He's not the miracle child. He's not special. He's just another replicant, used as a cover. The memory that pushed him forward was real, yes, but it didn't belong to him. It belonged to Anna Stelline, the true daughter of Rachel and Deckard. The replicant resistance group explains that Anna has been hidden in plain sight for years. Her fragile immune system keeps her inside a sterile environment. Her job as a memory designer wasn't coincidence, it was strategic. The best way to protect the firstborn replicant was to make her invisible, to give her a job where no one would question her identity. Their mission is now clear, to protect Anna at all costs. And yet, there's a divide. Many of the replicants in the resistance want her to be the symbol of their uprising. The birth of a replicant child proves they are not property, they are people. They want to use this truth as a weapon to start a revolution. But Kay, broken and quiet, doesn't want war. He doesn't care about ideology. He only knows one thing: Deckard deserves to meet his daughter. That truth alone is powerful, real, human. Meanwhile, Wallace has captured Deckard and brought him into his tower. He tries to manipulate him, offering him a new Rachel, a perfectly reconstructed replica of the woman he loved. But Deckard, visibly emotional, sees through the trick. When Wallace demands the location of his daughter, Deckard refuses. In response, Wallace orders Love to torture him. But Love has other plans. She prepares to transport Deckard off-world, where further interrogation will continue. Her goal is simple: find the girl, take control of replicant reproduction, and hand the power to Wallace. As the transport ship takes off, Kay intervenes. In a visually stunning aerial battle over water, he attacks the shuttle. The craft crashes into a sea barrier, and Kay and Love engage in a brutal hand-to-hand fight among the rising tides. It's violent, desperate, and emotionally charged. Love mocks Kay, calling him nothing. But Kay fights not for glory or self-worth. He fights to give meaning to someone else's life. Eventually, Kay drowns Love in the water. Gasping, wounded, and near death himself, Kay pulls Deckard from the wreckage and brings him to safety. Later, Kay takes Deckard to Anna Stelline's facility, a sleek and sterile environment where she lives isolated due to her fragile health. As they arrive, Deckard doesn't know what to expect. Kay, quiet and bruised, simply says, "You'll find what you're looking for." Deckard walks into the glass room. Inside, Anna is working on a memory, crafting snow in a digital world. As she looks up, their eyes meet. Something unspoken passes between them. Recognition. Connection. Tears build in Deckard's eyes. Outside the room, Kay lies down on the steps. The cold snow falls gently on his face. He gazes at the sky, bloodied and still. There's peace in his eyes. For the first time in his life, he feels purpose, not as a machine, not as a symbol, but as a man who made a choice. He closes his eyes. And then, cut to black. The film ends not with grand speeches or epic battles, but with intimacy. A father meeting his daughter. A replicant choosing humanity over identity. The question isn't whether K was the child, it's that he believed he was. And through that belief, he acted with love, sacrifice, and free will.